driving today to Bakersfield. It's 2 hours away. I need to get my computer fixed because apparently it broke when I was driving, and I guess it fell onto the floor or something, and now the screen display won't turn on. I already needed to get it fixed because the speaker sounded, like the bass sounded rattly, but I'm taking it to a Genius bar, which is nice because when I was in Oregon, there wasn't a close spot to Central Oregon to send it in. You'd have to mail your computer in rather than being able to get it looked at in a store location. Yay for being in California. Yeah, it's gonna be a nice day.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Cove Road.
Okay, I'm gonna drive and I'll see you there. I just put diesel number 2. I'm saying that specifically because I went to another gas station and they just had renewable diesel, and I had to call and figure out what that was. I just put another $100 in, put $100 in yesterday, but I expect to put a lot of fuel in when I'm driving all the way from Central Oregon down to Southern California, which it's a privilege to be able to move with the seasons. Oh, this was a bad idea. I'm trying to get into Starbucks right now so that I can get some coffee before I hit the road again. Maybe I'll just loop it. I guess I'll see if I can do that. Starbucks, and then what's the next plan? What's my next plan? Starbucks, and then the Apple Genius store. Why do they have to call it renewable diesel, you know? Why not just say, this is biodiesel, you don't want this? I think if you have a newer truck, it's okay to put biodiesel in your truck. Mine's an 04. I've heard that it will clog my injectors. I just had my injectors replaced for $3,600 about a little less than a year ago, so that's not what I want. They try to make me buy biodiesel, and I said no, no, no. Okay, so all this driving around, and I'm about to be right exactly where I was. They try to make me buy biodiesel, and I said no, no, no. Coffee. Bye. I'm leaving the mall. I went into the Apple store and I got my computer sent off. It cost me $99 to fix the screen. I'm also having them look at my rattly sound. I already said that. I already told you about that. I'm having them send it to Joshua Tree because I'm planning on being there pretty soon. They said it should be 5 business days to fix my laptop. Then I'm off to the races editing these videos for you guys. I'm gonna put in my coordinates because my next stop
Head
is
east toward Hughes Lane.
50 minutes from here. I'm headed to Red Rock Canyon State Park. Yay! I'm excited. Looks like some nice desert hiking. Bye, mall. Fix my camera, will ya?
Turn right onto the ramp to California 58 East, then merge onto California 58.
If I could give one piece of advice about road trips, it's tell other people your route, because you never know the suggestions you're gonna get about what you should stop and look at. The Tehachapi Pass, so beautiful, so cool. Highly would recommend going that way. There was like the railroad. It was exciting. It was a great drive. The Tehachapi Pass is famous for the Tehachapi Loop, a rail engineering marvel where the trains loop over themselves to handle the steep elevation changes. So the elevation is approximately 4,031 feet at its highest point. I'm leaving Pilot J. No, what do you call this? Flying J.
In 800 feet, turn right onto the California 58 East ramp to Mojave.
This area hosts one of the largest wind farms in the U.S., the Tehachapi Pass Wind Farm, with thousands of wind turbines generating renewable energy. The wind out here is nuts. It's so strong. I'm headed up near Red Canyon State Park, I think is the name of it, and there's some Joshua trees. It's very cool. As I started driving in the Mojave Desert, I saw signs saying high winds. My truck started to pull to the right. I pulled over thinking my tire had gone flat, but when I checked, they were fine. I realized that the wind was just that strong. It was pretty intimidating, but I made it to my camp spot for the night. I just made it to my spot. I came right at sunset. It was pretty, but it's so windy, and I think we're just in a, hopefully it's not always like this, but we'll see, because I'm planning on hiking at Red Rock State Park tomorrow, and then camping here again tomorrow night, and then potentially moving on after that. Shouldn't be here too long, but it is pretty. No one's here. Last night was the craziest windstorm of my life out here in the desert. My camper was just like shaking like crazy. This spot of the desert is nuts. I mean, a lot of spots are super windy in the desert, but this one takes the cake for me. Red Canyon State Park, here we come. When I was driving by, the state park looks so cool. This area is so pretty and desolate. I mean, look at that. It feels like I've been on this road trip for 3 weeks, but I think it's only been a week and a half. And with all this driving and moving around, like, been looking for a place to chill, and I thought that this place was going to be a place I could stay at for a couple days, but with the wind like that, it's time to move on. This place is too crazy to stay at, even though it's secluded and beautiful.
Welcome on the nose, I like dogs. What camera are you using? Unless it's a brown hair.
Yeah. I just made it to Red Canyon State Park. I got to see inside the visitor center. They had these really cool fossils. There was a big bone from a camel to show how big the camels used to be. Just a lot of prehistoric stuff. After staying here last night and the wind being so intense, my whole rig was shaking. When I was driving up here yesterday, I ended up pulling over because I thought that I had gotten a flat tire because my truck was like pulling so hard to the right, but it was just the wind. And to know that people chose to live out here is nuts. Like, who would choose this kind of life? It is so intense out here. But for some reason, they only have the visitor center open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays is, I'm pretty sure, what one of the workers said. He was really nice. But anyways, so if you want the full experience, I would come on the weekend. I'm not really sure what's going on with this park because they said that they get a lot of visitors. Anyways, just keep that in mind if you want to check out the visitor center. They have filmed scenes from Jurassic Park, The Mummy, and Star Trek here. It's a pretty awesome place. When I got my camera out to film these landscapes, I was considering all the different hikes here, and then I decided, you know what? We're not gonna hike today. We can't be asked. I think today's an e-bike day for the state park. Pulled it out. I'm gonna cruise around and see what's going on around here. So cool. E-biking through these canyons, best decision I've made all day. I mean, wow. This looks like another planet. This is cool. This cave is at campsite 38 and it is so cool. A lot of it you can't really navigate through, but this is a little hidden gem. So check out campsite 38 if you come here. Amazing. Wow. So cool. Nothing like a little cave exploring on a Tuesday morning. Whew. I think it's lunchtime though. What are we having? Ground beef and butter. Another day. Another pound of ground beef to be eaten. At the end of the day, I left the state park and am continuing south for the season. I'm hoping to be in Joshua Tree next. Stay tuned for that next week. Bye.